Welcome to another grand episode of Can You Reach That?
Can you reach that?
What up, man? Mr. Coop, Mr. Coopersville.
Another day, another dollar.
I want some.
Talk to your employer. Shit, I don't know what you...
CYRT Studios ain't paying me enough. We're going on strike next week.
Doing this work pro bono, man.
Right?
Oh, it's just going to be me sitting here with an empty chair?
Hey, just, you pretend it's your childhood and there's an imaginary friend over here. No, so starting off the show, I wanted to ask, we like to start off light. The saying that the early bird gets the worm?
Yes.
So if the early bird gets the worm, then how can good things come to those who wait?
Two different types of people.
But is one cancels the other out?
No, it's two different. It's not a zero-sum game. It's not like the early bird doesn't steal all the worms from the ones who wait. Like getting the early bird, he's not getting the best worm. But he's just getting the first worm.
But if there's only one worm there and the early bird got it, there's no worms for everybody else.
There'll be another worm.
And if good things come to those who wait, that means that everybody just got to wait around and hopefully another good thing comes.
Now, see, here's what happens. The worm that the bird got was actually poisonous. So then that bird died, and then the ones that waited got to eat the dead bird.
Is this improv?
I don't. Yeah, man. I don't know. I feel like the two can exist in the same universe, though.
If the same person tells you, if you're going through something and your homie's like, "Hey, man, the early bird gets the worm, man. You got to go get it." And then like a few minutes later, he's like, "Hey, man, don't even sweat it, dude. Like, good things come to those who wait." Now at this point, you're
confused.
You're like, hey, dog, which is it? Like, do I got to get out there or do I wait?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's two dudes because I don't feel like the same dude is saying both things. Either you're an early bird or you're waiting for the best thing to come.
But if that's the case, then good things come for everybody because it doesn't matter if you're early or not. You can either wait around and wait for the good thing or you can get there early and get the good thing.
Well, you don't know if you get the good thing getting it early. You're just getting the thing. You don't know if it's the good thing. It's just the first thing. It's like when opportunity knocks, you answer. If you answer the first knock, it could be a telemarketer.
Right, but...
It could be a Jehovah's Witness.
But it also could be the once-in-a-lifetime, only one chance for something, and that's that.
Nah, that'll come later.
Nobody else gets it because they were waiting around waiting for it.
That comes later.
See? So...
What do you think? Early birds or waiting for the best thing?
Yeah, are you a get there first and try to take advantage of what opportunities is available by being there first, or are you though let's let some other folks go ahead and see how that turns out, and then I'm gonna hang back and
sit back and wait,
do it right, and I'm gonna be patient, and I'm gonna be the good thing that comes to those who wait.
Yeah.
Which do y'all do?
I'm a waiter. I'm a waiter.
At what restaurant?
Tchotchkes.
I don't see any flair.
I left my flair at home. It's not a requirement anymore. They got rid of that rule. But no, I'm definitely a good thing comes to those who wait kind of guy. Yeah. What about are you a early bird gets the worm kind of guy?
Speaking on a serious tip, yeah, I'm gonna go with it depends on the situation. There's times where like I know that being first or being early is going to get you something that's worth it.
Right.
And so I am that early bird and I'll get there. But then there's other times where I'm like, nah, this got to be, let me let these fools go first, and I'm going to hang back and I'm going to wait around and I'm going to wait for it to be right.
Yeah.
And then when they do it all wrong and then I get whatever it is and it works out, then I'm like, all right, cool. Good things came to me because I waited back. So it's kind of situational, I guess.
Both. Yeah. Which is what I was saying in the beginning.
So, yeah, I just, they do cancel each other out. The same person is telling you both at the same time.
If he's telling you the same, don't listen to anything that he's saying.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
Yeah, that I feel like that's the kind of dude that eats a burrito sideways.
Yeah. I'm not saying that it's hot, but I'm not saying that it's cold either.
Right.
Then what the fuck are you saying?
Like he's the dude where you say, hey, is the glass half full or half empty? And he goes, it's medium. Like, yeah, don't listen to that guy.
He's like, yes, it is.
It's a glass.
Right.
Can you reach that? You see that? Let's talk about it. Believe that. Let the people know that we see that and what they want to know. Can you reach that? And now your host, Tango and Coop. Well, getting into the movie news, man. Nicolas Cage. They showed the first look of how he's going to appear as Spider-Man. Yes, Nicolas Cage
What
is going to be Spider-Man.
What Spider-Man? Like a
So-
regular?
So in the multiverse,
Uh huh.
I know you love that subject.
So this is a different Spider-Man. This isn't like a reprise on Peter Parker. Is this like how we got
No,
Peter
so-
Parker, now we have Miles Morales? Is he going to be like Spider-Man version 3, or is he going to be like another Peter Parker?
So I'm gonna tell you like this: I'm not a giant comic nerd. Nothing against that,
Could have fooled me.
but I enjoy the comic films, most of them.
Yeah.
But I do know that this is going to be the Spider-Man Noir, so it's black and white, live action.
Okay.
It has a different look. He's rocking a little fedora action. He's got that noir look, the black trench coat.
Yeah.
And he's got a white mask. I don't know, and maybe somebody can fill me in on the comments. I don't know if he's a version of Peter Parker.
Got it.
I
Okay.
don't know the comic book origins of the Spider-Man Noir.
Right.
It looks cool.
I feel like it makes sense that he would be a different one, because like Spider-Man 2029 or 2099 was
Right.
Miguel.
Right.
Yeah,
So I
so-
feel like it's a different iteration. The shot that they showed of him, it looks dope. And the only other time I've messed around and realized what Spider-Man Noir was from the PS5 game, because there's you can unlock that skin and you become
Right.
the Noir character, and it kind of lives true to what Nick Cage image looks like for the film. So kind of interested to see it. It looks like a different take on the whole situation. So seems pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that series, so that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, same. Like I said, I mean, I don't know, all the details per se, and I think it's a few years out, but they're, it's still in production.
Early talks. Huh?
It's in production.
But Nick Cage, I never would have imagined Nick Cage in a Spider-Man.
It's because you don't look at him as being very agile or limber or
That's not true. I very vividly remember him in Face Off and Con Air.
Okay,
like,
but you're talking 25 years
young
ago.
Nick Cage. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about right now. You're not looking at him like that. You're looking at him as, look, he's older. He's a little stiffer. I mean, I'm not saying he's out of shape or nothing. I don't know what he's done to train for this film, but I don't see him sitting there, swinging off things, doing crazy black flips. And I'm
Black
guessing,
flips.
no, back flips.
Oh,
Did I say black flips?
It sounded like it.
Well,
Noir flips.
He's wearing black. So, but I foresee a lot of CG work and probably some stuntman work. But just the initial look that I saw, on the cap in the article, it looked pretty dope.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm curious to see it. I'm starting to like some of the new takes on some of the Marvel stuff, such as that, and
Right.
I'm anxious to see the new Fantastic Four. We've talked about that already. So the new takes on some of the stuff, I still haven't watched brain farting the new Avengers, the what is it?
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. There you go. I haven't watched that one yet, so still want to see that one. But yeah. So I mean, I'm kind of anxious to see how Nick Cage portrays it, and
Yeah.
learn that origin.
That'll be interesting to see. Like, and I imagine, because 9 times out of 10, every Spider-Man that we've had up until this point, outside of before we get to the multiverse thing, before we get to like the 2099 and everything like that, before we get to the old Peter Parker, like
Right.
every Spider-Man is usually young.
Right. It's always like a teenager in high school.
yeah.
Yeah.
So to have an adult Spider-Man
Mm-hmm.
would be interesting to see. Because I wonder, I'm trying to think of how old Uncle Ben would have been in all of the stories before he passes.
Right. Well, he was definitely older,
Right.
but yeah. I mean,
Or was he just like 50s old, or was he like
yeah.
he was 38, but he looks like he's 68 type of thing.
Right.
Or
Hey, smoking's a all them cigarettes.
cigarettes everywhere, man, back in the day.
Peter, go fetch my smokes.
Or
He's
it's-
got the Peter, go fetch me my. I need some cigarettes
the
and
voice
nicotine.
box. The old voice box.
Yeah, so you got the little trachea action.
Right.
No, I mean, I don't know. Again, I didn't. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, I know all the origins of all this.
Yeah.
I didn't read the comic books
Yeah.
straight up, so I don't know the target age or what the age was of him, or
Yeah.
So. But
That'll be cool to see, though.
I'm curious to see it. I mean, Nick Cage seems like he's I actually saw a rumor. I don't know if this is true or not, but I did see a rumor about them working on another National Treasure, and I don't know how you felt about those films.
I love National Treasure.
So I always kind of dug them. You know,
And I mean, it's a little bit of history, a little bit of entertainment.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm a Nick Cage fan anyway.
Yeah, I mean, he's had some cool movies. You know.
Yeah.
He's also got another film that he's. Are you a Madden fan?
Oh, Nick Cage is.
Did you play Madden?
Video game?
Yeah.
Barely.
So Madden was a real person, just so you know, it's not just a video game.
Oh, I had no. So it's based on a true story.
No, so Nick Cage is going to be playing John Madden in the John Madden biopic.
Matt he was like a big dude, right? So they're gonna have to make him up and do all of that stuff.
Either he's pounding his diet.
It Young Madden? Was Young Madden slim?
No. Either he's pounding on his diet, or they're putting some pillows in his shirts and whatnot. I'm not sure.
Get the prosthetics going.
But yeah, and I saw a couple of images of that as well, and it was pretty cool looking. You know, I mean, he kind of has the look, the hair, the pants that go above the belly button, the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? Another weird one in that same film is I believe it's Christian Bale playing Raiders owner Al Davis. So
Christian Bale.
So you got you got a little story going on. You know, it's going to be around John Madden, so you know it had to have Al Davis, and it's probably going to have various depictions of some Raiders players, but yeah, it's gonna be a biopic about John Madden. So I was kind of excited about that one. Seeing the pictures, seeing the images. I had read about this coming along a while back, but now that they released some images, I'm kind of like, this is kind of dope. You know, that it's actually starting to come together. So and then aside from being a sports nut, playing Madden like my whole life, literally, I'm like, they gotta throw some video game. Like they've got to have something in there where they approach them about doing a football video game.
Right, it makes sense.
I believe it started, if I'm not mistaken, I think Madden started in 1990.
And then it's been every year since then?
Either 90 or 92.
Or did they do like one game that first came out and then there was a while before?
Every year since that. Every year. And so I believe comments can check me on this one. I believe it was 1990 and I believe it started on Genesis. I think there was also potentially a PC version. But I believe it started on Genesis 1990. Might have started on PC before Genesis. Kind of brain farting.
Yeah.
I was very young.
So Madden was before the whole 2K. Obviously, it was before the whole 2K thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and the versions of Madden that I didn't have, I went back and bought, so I could have the complete collection. So I have the whole collection from start to finish on all the various.
That's impressive.
I'll say this: I don't have it on every console because obviously it was on Xbox and Plays. So I have the Genesis ones, I have the PS1s, the PS2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. I have every Madden.
Nice.
One for every year. So
I might have like a Madden 2012. That's about it.
Did you just get it or did you play it?
The tutorial.
What is a football?
How do you what's a wide receiver?
I don't even understand how to get a hole in one in this.
A hole in one. Yeah.
No, but yeah, I love the Madden series. It's had its ups and downs. I mean, there's been versions of it that were better than others.
Yeah.
And there's always the complaint that there's not enough change year to year.
So with that being said, because I know with each year that goes on, there's let's call them advancements to the game.
Right.
But at the same time, it's based off of the current players for that year, right?
So they always update the rosters. So newest players, newer rosters, whatever trades, they try to keep that. Even when you have the game, if anything happens, you can always download the update. So the rosters, especially on the new ones, obviously, not on Genesis, but they update it. But each year they basically update the rosters, they enhance the graphics, and they take the previous year's mechanics and physics, and they try to enhance those and give them some added features. I remember when they first so there was a while where when there was a fumble, you just had to hope for the best. You dove in the ball, and if it popped out, you tried to switch to another player and dove in the ball, and that was the only way to grab a fumble.
Right.
They changed the mechanics one year where you could actually use the sticks and stuff to use your arms to reach. So if you're on the ground, you can still like scramble.
Yeah.
So they try to do things like that, just to add little enhancements. But there's been a few versions where like when it releases, it's buggy, it's doing weird stuff, and then obviously they patch it.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're the early bird.
Right. See, you gotta be. if you buy 2024 in 2025, it's going to be solid.
Yeah, it'll be all cleaned up. It'll be all cleaned up. No, but I'm wondering, like, based on rosters, like certain players, is there, like an older version that because it had these players that could be considered better than a current version?
I mean, there's always going to be
that.
that debate, right? There's always going to be some of that. I mean, just going back, just as an example, taken away from Madden, but remember NES had Tecmo Bowl and Tecmo Super Bowl.
Right.
And if you chose the Raiders, you was cheating because Bo Jackson was untouchable.
Yeah, untouchable.
So
bro had like a 99.
He had 1,099, man. Like you could run all the way one way, all the way back, all the way one way.
Nobody was touching him.
So and the same thing, even on Tecmo, the Niners, like with Joe Montana and Clark, and Jerry Rice and whatnot. So I mean, it was there was always those things, but in the newer ones, there's a little bit less of the. That, but there's also, who plays on rookie mode and who puts it on all Madden. Because if you put it on all Madden and you regularly play on all Madden, you're probably pretty good at the game. But at the same time, you've probably thrown your controller a few times. Because it is what it is. They make it, it's all Madden. It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard, and there's times where you're leading and there's no time left on the clock and you should be good. And next thing you know, somehow, some way, all you trying to do is kneel to kill the clock, and somehow you fumble the kneel, and then they score a touchdown, and then they win the game. So it's not that extreme, but there's those frustrations when you play on all Madden mode. But there's a lot of people that, I have some friends and whatnot that they play Madden. They don't necessarily play on rookie, but they'll play it on like all pro or starter or something a little lower than all Madden's bold, especially on the later with these newer ones. Man, it's bold.
Yeah, I couldn't even touch that.
So. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see the biopic and hopefully they integrate, how they presented the idea of the video game to him. If he would, because you gotta think that back then he's kind of like a video game. What? I don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so kind of see how that presented itself and how he got himself involved more and more, and hopefully some of that's in the story. If not, it is what it is. It's probably more focused on his football coaching career, things like that.
Right.
Which makes a lot more sense, anyways. Wishful thinking.
Huh?
Wishful thinking.
Yeah. It makes sense. Different, had to have all facets of like his personal life, his football life, the video game life.
Yeah.
It would make sense to have all of that.
Yeah. So,
we'll see. All right.
It's gonna be cool, so
down to check that out.
And I love how as the game has evolved from platform to platform. And I think I want to say maybe starting with PS2, but for sure PS3. Definitely PS4 and PS5 now.
Yeah.
The soundtracks to these games are just usually pretty dope. They usually throw in a multitude of genres depending on which game, like if you're playing Madden or 2K or basketball, But I love the fact that they, you can literally...
There are a lot of black music on 2K?
I don't understand this term, black music. I don't see music with colors, man.
It's a bunch of Kendrick radio stations.
It's a lot of Macklemore.
A lot of Macklemore.
No, but I love, and that's, we talked about GTA having like huge, music is huge on that game. But like Madden always had some decent songs, even in the menus and in the game. And I love the fact now that on the newer versions of some of the games, you can go in there and disable certain songs so that you never hear them. Because you can kind of go through the list, and the ones that are you're just not feeling, you can just turn them off. So
turn them off.
Have your own playlist. But
that's cool.
Music is big. We love the music.
Music gets me high.
Music gets me high. Yeah.
So. LOSTBOYZ. Yeah.
A lot of good music out right now. I got a chance to get through Xzibit's album.
And I haven't. I've been so busy graduating, I haven't had an opportunity.
Xzibit has, man. So one that sticks out to me, and it's mainly because it uses Mobb Deep's beat. Doom doom do 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 do. Doom, doom. So
what beat is that?
The Quiet Storm beat.
Okay, got it. I hear it now.
So he raps. He busts over that beat with Ice Cube.
Oh, nice.
And it's fire. But he's got some other bangers. He's got a track.
West Coast rap over the East Coast beat.
He's got a track with King T. This super dope. He's got a song with Dre. This dope.
Yeah, I got to check that out. I got to check that out. Snoop did new music too, huh?
And and real quick back on Xzibit, he got a song with Redman.
Oh, I bet that's fire.
Yes.
I bet that's fire.
Yes,
I can only
and one
imagine.
with Busta. He's got his album stacked. He's got some dope songs, dude.
Yeah, I got to check that out. I'm looking
And
forward to checking that one out.
and then you're like you were saying, Snoop's new album. He dropped another album already. Is It a Crime?
Wait, so he dropped 2 recently?
Well, he did the Missionary album with Dre,
Right.
and then now he's got
Okay.
yeah. So
Got it.
so this one's got some bangers too. It's got some dope tracks on there. So I'm not all the way through it yet, but it's so far I'm
I
digging
got to
it.
check that out. I
Takes
love
a-
it. I love
Take some shots at Suge in one of the songs. The first song, not second track, but first song on the album. Kinda.
Suge shot me.
So, but yeah, it's got some bangers, man. So
That's dope.
if you like music, I don't know how much music you like, but
Love to see it. I love music. I like my old music more than I don't like looking for music anymore. I'm not into like musical roulette where you put it on the stations or whatever that they pick
where
for you.
randomly picks. Yeah. No, I got my playlist and it goes, but I'm not gonna lie. As of late, because of all the the Red
The new
Mans
stuff
and the
coming out.
exhibits,
Yeah.
I've been waiting for them, and I listen to them, man, because I'm loving the comeback of some of these legends. I say comeback very loosely because it's not like they've gone anywhere. Just that
Right. They're just entering back into the scene.
yeah. So
Now, which makes sense. I mean, I get the hiatus because for the most part, and maybe it just has to do with the age of the genre because we just turned 50.
right.
But in the beginning, you weren't finding 50, 60-year-old men rapping.
It was a young man's game.
It was a young man's game. So, you think that there's like a shelf life on your rap career. You hit a certain point, you get into your mid 30s, and it's like, all right, that's got to stop. And like, you usually see him finding other ventures. You saw Rick Ross do it
right.
big. I know Shaq was a baller, but I do consider him a rapper also. Like,
Platinum,
yeah. And he had features with some of the greats.
Black Thought, Biggie,
Pac,
I mean, he had
Redman, Method Man.
Method Man. So,
Like he's done music with
Luke
some of
Schnickens.
his catalog. I feel like people would kill for to get some of his features.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's cool to see a lot of these dudes just dropping music right now. I mean, I'm adding all kinds of new stuff to the playlist.
Yeah,
and it's cool too because on all their albums they do have some of the younger rappers and some of the younger artists, R&B
That's
singers
dope.
and stuff like that.
That's
There's some R&B. Snoop actually experiments a lot on this one. I think I saw an interview where he said he wanted to make. He's such a fan of music, of all music, that he wanted to dabble in different styles. And so he's got some stuff where he's singing on there. There's a banger with Pharrell. Pharrell did the beat and whatnot, but there's a banger on there, and Snoop's on that one. He's got a little auto tune going, but it's light, but it's cool.
Yeah.
He's got another one where he's kind of singing, but yeah, it's
Snoop stretching them vocal chops, huh?
It's very interesting to see some of these dudes coming back and knocking out. So I'm
that's
adding
dope.
songs to the playlist.
I like it. I gotta check all that out.
So
Whole lot of the music coming out.
So and like we mentioned the other week is all these rappers are coming back out, but we need some of them singers to come out.
Yeah.
So I've heard some titter tatter on the interwebs that there's a few like Tank and I thought I heard somebody say something about Montel Jordan. Not sure if I didn't.
Montel doing an album,
doing some new
cool.
stuff. So
yeah.
I mean, we'll definitely.
I heard. I don't know the officialness of this, but I did hear a Tank and Aaliyah track, like an old Aaliyah verse with Tank. I don't know if it's official because there were so many Tupac tracks that we had unreleased. Tupac, like the man was dropping 30 albums after, or I won't say he was dropping them, but like album after album after album was coming out after this dude passed. And it's like, is this new music or are you guys just like recycling verses and trying to make it sound like it's something we haven't heard before?
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the case with this one, but
right.
I heard a new Aaliyah and I'm like, yo, that'll be. Is there a bunch of unreleased Aaliyah tracks somewhere?
I can't say that I would be shocked.
And then who has them, Timbo or R. Kelly?
I feel like there's got to be some, and I'm going to say that Timbo probably has some stuff stashed away.
Yeah.
That hopefully at someday maybe he'll drop some and release some, and maybe do some new production and put some Aaliyah tracks together. But
that'll be cool.
That's a sensitive subject, I'm sure, to that circle of people because they were so close.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm sure.
But yeah, man, R&B, man, R&B.
Yeah, did you see the Complex came up with a top 10 collab list of R&B singers and rappers?
R&B singers and rappers like collab
collab songs that they did. Yeah, but they came up with
It was a top 10 list.
Yeah, but of all time, they said it's of all time. And,
of all time.
Yeah.
So let's just skip to the chase. Who's number one?
Do you want to start with number one?
All right, read them down. Let's start at number 10.
They did a top 10.
All right, read them up top 10.
I'm gonna go from 10.
I already feel like I'm gonna be able to pick some better ones, but let's go.
I mean, hey, it's subjective. It's all subjective. It's all subjective. But according to Complex,
okay,
and these are the professionals of the industry
of all time,
it says the best rapper and singer duos of all time.
Number 10,
Drake and Party Next Door. So that's number 10. That tells you
we're starting off bad.
Where we're at. Number 9.
Like that should be like number 70. But go ahead.
Right? Number 9, Future and The Weeknd. And then number 8, Snoop Dogg and Charlie Wilson. Which they did have a couple, you know. Number 7, Jay-Z and Beyonce. They definitely belong
Bonnie
on
and
the
Clyde
list.
And okay.
You know, Bonnie and Clyde was a banger. I mean, anything that they've done together really just took off. Number 6, Lil Wayne and T-Pain. They deserve to be on the list.
Okay.
I believe they deserve to be on the list.
Okay.
Because, I can't believe it. Like, they brought us some bangers.
All right.
T-Wayne, you know. Number 5. Now we're getting top 5 here. J. Cole and Miguel.
No.
Right?
Not in the top 5, especially. No. Not taken away from the song.
Right.
But not in the top 5.
Yeah. I'm sure I can think of some other ones that deserve to be there. Number 4, Drake and Rihanna.
No.
They did bring us some bangers, though.
They did.
But not top 5.
And not top 5, no.
Number 3, and this one I think kind of works in the top 5, Ludacris and Usher.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, yes. I'd put that there.
They're up there.
I will put that. That would be definitely top 5.
Number 2, and I'm not really a fan of this one. I agree that, well, let me just say who it is first. It's Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Now, with the song Luther, it is a banger.
100%.
But for it to be number 2,
it's too young.
It's too young.
It's too young. And I'm not saying they're too young. I'm saying the song is too young. It's too new.
Yeah.
To be
it's
there
too
yet.
new to be number 2.
To be all time too, it's too young.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know who over
It's
at
definitely
Complex.
a banger, and that can probably make it someday within the top 10 maybe, but not yet.
I don't know who over at Complex is making the list, but they decided that the number 1 rapper and singer
You already
duo
sound disappointed.
of all time. No, I think it's right on par.
No, you don't. You're laughing. I see where this is going. I'm gonna just go ahead.
Ja Rule and Ashanti.
No. So yes, they had, they had
a little run. Ja Rule and Ashanti had a little run.
Not number 1. And I'm not saying it doesn't deserve to be on top 10 potentially, but not
it's
number 1.
Not number 1.
Not number 1. I mean, so can you name? Let's name some songs that are R&B rap duos.
The first one that comes to my mind is Mary J. Blige and Method Man.
You're
all
I need. Yes.
Yeah.
And also, speaking of Meth, D'Angelo, Breakups to Makeups.
Those 2 songs alone are above Ja Rule and Ashanti.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
100%.
I mean, and we got, R. Kelly and Cassidy. If you want to come to my hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's.
All right.
I mean, honestly, and that's.
Roots and Erykah Badu.
If you don't worry about them. Yeah. Like that's a great duo. Them 2 together, Roots and Jill Scott together. Monumental.
LL Cool J and Boyz II Men.
Oh come on. Like, how is that not
Hey
on the
Lover.
list? How is that not on the list?
Okay. Nas and Lauryn Hill.
Come on. See? Yeah, we've already blown this list out of the water.
112 and Biggie.
Right. Like
only you?
Whoever made this list must be a young buck.
I don't know if you want to consider this R&B. I'm gonna let it count.
Let's see.
50 Cent and Nate Dogg. 21 Questions.
He's a singer.
And there's a lot you could put with Nate Dogg. I could make a whole list of Nate Dogg R&B
Nate Dogg songs alone.
But if you want to call him a rapper singer, not an R&B singer, okay, we'll take him off. But I'll go with one that's off the hook. Tupac and Casey and JoJo.
How do you want it? Yeah.
And Toss It Up.
Toss It Up was enough. Both bangers. Both bangers.
So that list that Complex just did, I'm sorry. Good try.
It's not a bad list, but I feel
Good
like
try.
they missed the 90s because
And you said R. Kelly and Cassidy,
R. Kelly and Cassidy,
Jay-Z,
they had 2 whole albums together.
right?
They had 2
not
whole
not
albums
guilty.
together.
Remember Not Guilty?
Jigga, Kelly, not guilty. Yeah.
And then they had
Turns out he was guilty.
Fiesta.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean, it's a good list for what it is, but I think
We just marked it.
I think
Good try, Complex.
whenever they do lists like that, I wonder who the people in the room are. Is it a wide range of people, or is it just like, because like especially for something, if you're going to do a list of all time, I feel like it has to include individuals from different generations. It can't just be a 20 to 30-year-old writing about,
Right.
we're going to talk about the greatest music of all time. You weren't even alive for half of it.
Because Tupac, like I said, Tupac and KC and JoJo, they did a number of songs that were just
Right.
fire. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
And then, like I said, Boyz II Men and LL. How long was that played on the radio?
Yeah. That was a top song.
What was the one he had with Amory?
LL and Amory?
Paradise. The Paradise joint?
Yeah.
I mean, you could go that route. I mean, but LL Cool J and Boyz II Men was just
Yeah. That
come
was a match made in heaven right there.
So,
what do you guys think? You
Janet
got
Jackson
any?
and Busta Rhymes?
Janet Jackson and Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes and
Mariah?
Janae.
Mariah?
Busta
Janae?
Rhymes and
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes and Janae. Janae, man, I miss Janae. A little disappointed they only had one album.
It's going on tonight. Yeah.
Janae was dope.
Busta Rhymes, yeah, man.
Anything, yeah. Busta Rhymes and you said Busta Rhymes and Mariah.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes and Janet Jackson.
So
here we go. One time, bro was a sperm in the music video.
Twista and Jamie Foxx.
Twista and Jamie Foxx.
With Kanye.
Jamie Foxx is a singer. Kanye, Kanye and Jamie Foxx, whatever, however you want to do it. Yeah, like there's so many. Again, like this is.
I mean, if I really put my mind to it, I could come up with a lot. I mean, I know there's a lot that I'm just forgetting that are insanely popular.
100%.
But I feel like what we just brought up off the cuff.
Yeah, like we're just tapping into the 90s and the 2000s. Like we haven't even. I'm sure there's something from the 80s that's slipping my mind. That,
Oh yeah, there's other stuff.
What do you guys think? Can you think of some?
Throw some R&B, and it can't be just the R&B on the hook per se. It's got to be heavily R&B and rap together. I mean, there are R&B ones that are just on the hook, but they sing through kind of throughout it.
I don't know if this makes top 10 list, but I definitely think it deserves an honorable mention. Fabulous and Lil Mo.
Okay, I can see that.
Because Lil Mo used to have in pipes, bro.
What was Fabulous with the throw it in the bag?
That was week. That wasn't The Weeknd.
No.
Who was the guy's name? I'm
brain fried right now. I am brain fried right now.
But he did the Umbrella song.
John L. Jones and Big Pun.
Which one did they have?
It's so hard.
Oh yeah.
That was And for that matter,
Joe and Big Pun.
Joe and Big Pun.
I don't want to be a player no more.
That was everywhere.
I'm not a player. I just crush a lot. People still say that because of that song.
I can live my life for. Yeah, man. So
yeah.
All right, and the longer we sit here, we could just like.
I feel like we've done 10. I feel like we came up with 10.
I feel like out of the ones we came up with, which were probably more than 10 right now, I feel like the top 10 is within that.
Easily.
So, and if I sat here longer, I'd probably forget. Because, I mean, how do you not... 112 and Biggie? I'm sorry, dude. Like...
Yeah. Total. Biggie and Total.
Yeah, but that 112 and Biggie was just... As to this day, when that beat... Doom, doom,
yeah.
doom, 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 doom,
I mean, they gave us Room 112 where the players dwell. Thought I told you that we won't stop.
Exactly. Damn, you went. That's as much Diddy as I want to see you do.
Breast milk.
Don't go full Diddy. I know, right?
You never go full Diddy.
You never go full Diddy.
Diddy do it.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, and the longer we sit here, we're gonna start spitting out more, and it's just what it is. But
let us know if you got any collabs that you can think of that we miss that you feel deserves
100%
at least a mention, if not top 10.
100% they got to. I already know. The comments gonna come with some stuff.
I feel like Complex was a little lacking on that list.
There was a whole era where R&B came together with hip hop, and like that's what the predominant music on the radio was.
Yeah.
It was a
let's
combo,
say last half of the 90s.
hybrid music.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we had Kelly Rowland and Nelly.
Dilemma.
I love you.
Ah,
Need you. Yeah.
yeah.
So many. They missing out. I don't know who's coming up with it, but I feel like it's a young buck.
All right. You said Nelly and Jagged Edge.
Where the party at? Yeah. There's so many.
There's
so many.
Yeah. I
There's
mean,
a lot.
you name an artist, I'm gonna name a song. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, there's just
Yeah. Now there's got to be
Run DMC and Jagged Edge. The Let's Get Married remix.
Oh yeah, the remix, huh?
I don't know if that's top 10, but it's still fire.
It's a mention.
I don't think I've been to a wedding they didn't play it.
Yeah, that's definitely
It's played everywhere.
That's definitely the wedding song.
So
yeah, but I feel like when they're doing those lists like that, there has to be an age from each decade, and by that I'm meaning somebody in their 20s, somebody in their 30s, somebody in their 40s, somebody in their 50s.
So I'm not going to downplay Complex. Complex is Complex. That's dope. But I'll let your boys. We'll give you a list.
We can round out.
Hey, we can come to a compromise with what you got and what we got, and I'm sure we can come with a better list.
We can round out the 40-year-old opinion.
So, but yeah, man. I mean,
but I thought that was interesting when I saw that. I was like, Ja Rule and Ashanti, number one.
No.
Rapper, singer.
I'm just flat out saying no. And again, that's not a diss because that was a big song.
And they did have a run.
And it could be top 10
for that year.
But it's not one.
Right.
I'm sorry. It's just not one. Some of the ones that I named, some of the ones you named could argue for number one.
Yeah.
But that's not number one.
I mean, shoot. Like, how does Nas and Lauryn Hill not make the list?
Nas and Lauryn, if I ruled the world.
Imagine that. Imagine them not making top 10.
Right.
Yeah.
Fire. And okay, does this count? Fugees.
I mean, that's the group itself. So
I mean, it was R&B and rap. It was the group.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, if you want to go that way, you said, I mean, Lauryn Hill just give all right, Fugees.
Right, let's do the
Wyclef and Pras with Lauryn Hill.
With Lauryn
we
Hill.
won't call them the Fugees. We'll just Lauryn Hill with Pras and Wyclef.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man.
Wyclef with himself?
Definitely interesting. Right, because the Carnival, I love that album.
Oh, yeah.
I love that album.
I'll be gone to November. I'll be gone
I didn't even
November.
know what the hell that meant back then, but
January, February.
Singing it around the house all day. My mom's like, where you going?
Yeah.
That's a song, Mom.
Well, yeah, he had 911 on that one.
Someone beep me.
And what was the other one? Let me clear my throat. It's all right, because it's Saturday night.
Yeah, I think it was called Saturday Night Live.
So, yeah, that was dope.
Master Pump the BGs. And all you college students playing Ouija.
John Forte.
Spelling R-E-F-U-G-E.
Yeah.
E, get the CD from Sam Goody.
Yeah, Sam Goody's.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But, dude, Will Forte.
Right.
Who was in, I mean, I know he got locked up.
Forte.
John Forte. Yeah, I said Will Forte. My bad. Actor, great actor, funny. Initially, I said John, and then I switched to Will.
Right.
Rewind it, you can tell. But John Forte, that album, his solo album, I know he got locked up, and whatnot. He had some legal issues.
Yeah.
But that album is slept on. Go if you don't have it.
Yeah, I got to check that one out.
I can throw it to you. That album is slept on. That John Forte album is actually pretty dope. I don't think it got the recognition because of his legal woes.
Grab the microphone
that album is dope.
Way.
So.
Yeah, shout out to Complex though. We appreciate y'all putting the list together.
It got us thinking for sure.
It gave us something to talk about today.
Indeed. And like I said, let's collabo. We'll
And again, it's all subjective. This is just our opinion.
Yeah.
This is just our opinion.
We're not saying you right and we wrong, but the number one was wrong. But it was a good list.
Yeah, definitely disagree with that. Ja Rule and Ashanti at the top.
I think it's in the top 10. I mean, I'm thinking about it now. I think it's probably because of its popularity, it could be top 10.
And they were a good duo. Like I love me.
But I could
anytime I heard. And it was kind of like a hack because a lot of times the songs with Ja Rule and Ashanti had a beat that we were already used to.
So I just saw an interview. It's funny you said that. I saw an interview where, damn, I'm sorry I'm not able to credit the person who said it because I don't remember who was saying it. I watched too much internet stuff.
Yeah.
But they were saying that Ashanti was the R&B cheat code. That all she did was rehash old songs, old beats, and sing over them.
Right.
And they were like, if you go back and you listen to all her songs, it's already music that you're already familiar with.
Yeah.
That she just sings over. She sings a different song over.
Yeah.
And I thought about that and I was like, he's right.
Because the one that's coming to my mind right now is Baby over the Scarface beat.
Right.
Mary Jane.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, so it's an interesting thing. I'll go back and listen to those.
And then
those top hits.
she did a Biggie beat. Which one was the Biggie beat? It wasn't Juicy, was it? No, it was. They had the music video. Heavy D was in it. They were in the house. It was the house party.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, that one.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah. One more chance. There we go.
Yeah,
One more chance.
One more chance.
Yeah.
We've been sung so many songs. The lyrics wasn't hitting my head
It
at the
came
moment.
to me though.
Yeah.
But that's the one.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So
Things
he
are cold without you.
he literally,
Yeah.
said that she's.
I
the
mean,
cheat
hey,
code.
it worked though.
It did. Oh no, for sure.
It worked though.
I don't think that was
her.
a knock on her. It was just that was a cheat code. She fit over those beats doing different songs.
And then, with that being said, shout out to Irv Gotti for being able to break that code because like she literally came out of nowhere. Because if you think about it at that time, I really feel like all the songs that Ashanti did,
yeah,
they could have thrown J-Lo on. J-Lo could have did all of those songs and she was at the top of her game at that time.
Yeah.
So to have J-Lo and Ja Rule, because they did have that song together.
Yeah.
But imagine, we didn't even mention J-Lo and Ja Rule on the list. I got J-Lo and Ja Rule over Ja Rule and Ashanti.
I don't know if that's top 10 either.
But I'm just saying I got them over Ja Rule and Ashanti.
All right, then we'll put that at 11 and 12.
Because I was a fan of the song that they had together.
Yeah.
So, but I could actually, in my head, I can hear J-Lo doing all the Ashanti songs.
This does not make the list because it just wasn't a single. It wasn't popular. But and I'm going to lead into it with some of the backstory.
Right.
Do you remember the Boyz II Men song? That was literally titled Ah.
Oh yeah.
So
that was such a nasty song.
For sure. And you were listening to it when you were in middle school.
As a kitty.
So
as a kitty.
There's a redo of that song that Tech Nine did called Buddha. And he got Boyz II Men to sing the hook. And they're singing Ooh. Yeah.
I never really even thought about that.
It's actually pretty dope. If you go listen to it, it's pretty dope. They sing the same melodies basically from the original song.
Yeah.
With different words. And then Tech Nine does his verses and it's pretty fire. It's probably slept on. It's probably something that's just kind of tucked away out there.
Yeah. I imagine because Tech Nine's not really at the top of a lot of people's.
But he's definitely one of the most successful in the business. Especially from an independent standpoint. I mean, this dude made the Forbes list by never being signed.
Yeah. Which is, you can't knock that.
Strange music.
Yeah.
Kudos, very much kudos. I like Tech Nine. Tech Nine's got some bangers.
I know he's dope.
I mean, I love the Strange Music clique. I mean, Chris Calico and Joey Cool and I was about to say Joe Cooley. Yeah, he's the reverse. He's Joe Cool. Joe Cooley. I mean, or Joey Cool. Sorry. Yeah, I'm flipping them too.
But you don't hear me though.
But yeah, like all that whole crew, man, they got some bangers, man. They got some bangers.
It's too many. It's unfortunate, too many underrated lyricists.
Yeah,
because they're independent, don't get the shine that they deserve.
Right, but that song is dope.
Yeah.
And the reason I was bringing that up is Boyz II Men has a biopic coming out, and it's a musical. From what I read, it's a musical, and it's going to tell their story. 20 years later, going back to their high school. Using their music to kind of guide the story.
Yeah. That makes sense. On some West Side Story type. They're going to be on a corner dueling against another quartet of boys. They're having a quartet
You're supposed to get the
battle.
baritones, man. Come on.
Oh. I don't remember that part.
Oh, but you don't remember Motel Philly?
I remember the song. I don't remember the...
In high school, that was what everybody walked around doing because that was like one of the most popular bridges in any song at the time. But no, it's going to be a musical. It's going to be on Amazon Prime. Going to tell some stories. I saw an interview with them, and they actually said that the public got one perception and one side of the story because it was what was public.
Right.
But there's a lot that went on behind the scenes. Obviously, the baritone of the group, Michael, separated from the group, so it's only 3 as opposed to 4.
Yeah.
So there was all these rumors for a while about. There was beef, there was a falling out, there was this, there was money issues, there was a lot of stuff. I've heard various things. I heard that he had some injuries, some health conditions, and he just wasn't able to make shows. He was using a cane for a while.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
So and a lot of times he was sitting on a stool or something like that. So I guess that's plausible. I don't know the truth, but I guess this is going to bring out some of those.
Yeah,
truths.
We should find some of that out.
So I'm very curious to see it, man. Boyz II Men is probably one of the last Motown style iconic groups out there.
Yeah.
You know, they had a specific sound. It was, you know, every time they came out with an album,
Right.
you heard, you know, 4 or 5 songs off of every album played with music videos and everything else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they brought us a lot of classics, you know?
they even
Like,
had a Christmas album that to this day has one of the biggest Christmas bangers. The
right.
Let It Snow joint is just like,
I mean, back in the day, I don't know if they still do it now, but back in the day, like Boyz II Men used to be the graduation anthem
yep,
because it's so hard to
it's
say
so hard to say
goodbye.
goodbye. Yeah.
Every graduation,
It's so
right?
hard. And I hear that played at funerals a lot too. It's played
That's
at
another
funerals a
one.
lot.
Yeah,
So
that's another one.
and End of the Road for that matter. You know,
End of the
I've
road.
heard
That's
that
another
at
one. Yeah,
graduations, End of the Road. So
yeah. They brought us some timeless music.
yeah, man. So I'm excited. I'm excited that they're involved and it's not, you know, one of those third party.
Right.
I'm gonna take some liberties. I'm glad it's coming straight from
It's
the
like us making a movie on Boyz II Men.
right. All off speculation and Wikipedia.
Right.
But the only thing I'm curious that I don't know, that I haven't seen any truth behind this. So the 3 remaining members are definitely involved and they're definitely telling their story.
Yeah.
Is the whole thing going to be from their side, or did they reach out and get Michael, get him involved, and hear his side as well? And could there potentially be some reconciliation?
Yeah, this might be because I mean we're all getting older now. So
Yeah, man, it's time to wash some of that off. You know,
yeah.
so I mean, me and you
Let the
hated each
past
other
be
for
the
years, and we're
past.
cool.
I know, right? We came back together. We were able to settle and resolve
He was
our
like,
differences.
man, I can't stand you. I'm joining the Marines. Gosh.
After I
No.
blew your speaker, you couldn't stand me.
Yeah. I was
You
like,
couldn't stand me.
you blew my sub out.
Had
Shit.
me ducking and dodging. Like
He was like, I got to go overseas. Oh, I'm joining the Marines.
I got to get away from Tim.
But no. Fortunately, we've always been cool. But yeah, no, I'm curious to see if they got those both sides. I think it'd be interesting to see if
that'll
that's
be
the
cool
case.
to
If it's
see.
not, I'm still interested. But I would really love to see, let them vent it out, air it out.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, hey, we brought Fresh Prince and the first Aunt Viv back. So
they did.
yeah,
They did.
if they could rekindle their relationship, I'm sure Boyz II Men could do the same.
We've got to bring Will Smith and Chris Rock back together now.
Yeah, that's gonna take some time. There's a little still raw.
Too
Too soon. But if they do mend their relationship, does that mean we'll get a 4th Boyz II Men pop?
Oh, because they always
Because they only have the 3-pack.
They do only have the 3-pack.
Only have the 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, just spitballing some shit.
See, once you relapse, man,
I know I got pops. I had a dream about pops last night, man.
I need to buy more pops. Going through my wish list.
I'm itching right
Dog,
now.
I deleted the app, dude. Like,
Did you?
Like,
You're missing out. They updated it.
That's fine. But
They
back
updated
in
the
November when I
app.
told you I wasn't getting no more, I'm done.
Yeah.
I didn't want no temptation. So I mean, and don't get me wrong, I've seen stuff pop up on social media. Obviously, you show me stuff.
Yeah.
But I've been good, man. I
They
haven't
updated
relapsed.
the app, man. It's crazy now. You can buy it. It's a whole different experience now. I'm feeling it now. I've been hating on the app for a minute, but right now I'm liking where it's at.
I'm trying to diversify my portfolio.
So what? You just got sneakers app now?
Yeah. I got the Nike one too, but I got sneakers app.
Yeah.
So
that's what's up.
Yeah, man. So that's this week's happenings, and I don't have nothing else to say.
Well, I think we've reached that.
Well, then let's ask the audience to not only follow, like, and subscribe, but also we welcome you to reach that. Can you reach that?
Can you reach that?
Can you reach that? Can you reach that? Brought to you by Double One Entertainment in Coopersville. Hosted by Tango and Coop. And created and edited by Tim Greenlee and Brandon Adolphus. Music, sound design, and editing by Michael B. That's me. Visual art and graphic design by Jonathan Greenlee. Additional visual design by Timothy Greenlee.
Can you reach that?